Good evening, everyone. This is Asia Young Robinson here with your Mental Health Monday topic. Today, I'm in a different setting, but that is okay. So I hope you guys enjoy the Mental Health Monday topic. Today, um, we will be discussing high functioning depression or smiling depression. And this correlates with Martin Luther King. So stay tuned. Hey everyone. So for Mental Health Mondays, last week we spoke about depression. I know we slightly spoke about um, high functioning depression, and I said I was going to more thoroughly explain high functioning depression. But so this week we're going to discuss it. Now, today is Martin Luther King Day. So the reason why I wanted to wait till this day to discuss high depression, because do you guys know that Martin Luther King Jr. actually had some challenges with mental health, including severe depression. So it is known that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Attempted to unalive himself twice before the age of 13. And we know that throughout his lifetime, his short lifetime, he did have different episodes of severe bouts of severe depression. So clinically, I think he suffered from major depressive disorder. I don't know this. I don't know his family. I don't know all of the ins and outs. I'm just saying from just some of the research that I've gained that he suffered from major depressive disorder. Now, major depressive disorder is a more severe form of depression, and people mostly have the severe bouts where they don't go anywhere. They may not do anything like with their hygiene. They're in the bed. They truly cannot function. And this can go on for weeks or months at a time. And they said he would get like this in, you know, he had several episodes of this. We know now that 21 million Americans suffer from major depressive disorder. Now, another form of depression is also called which is a milder form of MDD, which is major depressive disorder. It is this. I have a hard time pronouncing it, but it's called dysthymia. And dysthymia is, again, a milder form of major depressive disorder. People with dysthymia can function, but they still may have severe bouts of depression. And lastly, with the high functioning depression, as I was discussing last week, high functioning depression is also known as the smiling disorder or the smiling depression. So with the smiling depression disorder or the high functioning depression disorder, a lot of those people who suffer from that are very functional in life. They're very they're the perfectionists. They're the go-getters. You really don't have to check on them. They're probably checking in on you. But some of the symptoms you may see from high functioning people may be fatigue, extreme irritation sometimes, not all the time. You can see they may have either stomach issues or have issues like with headaches or having migraines all the time or getting dizzy, anything to do like with their head or, headaches, eyes, blurry vision, having stomach issues. Um, if you know someone or yourself, maybe getting like weight gain or weight loss, like just unexplained, um, and you really don't have a pattern of it. That may be someone, but they're always into something. They're excelling at things. That may be something you look at with high functioning or smiling depression. And this was something that people thought uh, Dr. King Jr. suffered from, was the smiling depression, because of course he had so many accolades. Of course he was a doctorate. He had a doctorate degree. He was a motivational speaker. He was a pastor. He was a family man. It was just so many. He had so many accolades. And but I think, in my own observation, that he may have had MDD, which was major depressive disorder. Now, also, I do want to put in, I also want to talk about how racism affects mental health. So we know Martin Luther King was born in the 1940s during the time of, it was segregation. And so he dealt with a lot of racism. He witnessed and experienced a lot. And so in his time, of course, and in many times, a lot of people of color, especially Black people in America, suffered from a lot of trauma. And so you would see a lot of people who were Black Americans. I'm going to specifically talk about Black Americans and Martin Luther King, suffering from high functioning depression because they had to keep going, but they also were dealing and experiencing severe trauma from the races, being called the N words, being spit on, worrying about being killed. And it ultimately led to his demise, which he was murdered. And so a lot of people, also Black people, we know from the American Psychology Journal, discussed how racism affects mental health, and that many times Black Americans suffer from high anxiety and PTSD. So that is also something that he could have suffered with and experienced during his lifetime, with also dealing with major depressive disorder. So I hope you guys learned something from this. I hope you enjoyed this mental health topic. I also hope that you're celebrating and commemorating the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King on this day. And I hope you enjoyed this. All right, well, I'll tune in next week for our Mental Health Monday topic.